The first witness in the trial of controversial Nigerian Pastor Timothy Omotoso and his two co-accused, Lusanda Solani and Zukiswa Sitho, is back on the stand in the Port Elizabeth High Court, this time under cross-examination. Cheryl Zondi has said under cross-examination that she never invited the advances of Omotoso. Defense Advocate Peter Daubermann cross-examined Zondi, asking her about her role in the church and how she came to be in contact with the pastor. She told the court that she received an instruction from a lady within the church to contact him. The abuse started when she travelled to Mhlanga, KwaZulu-Natal for a church crusade. Daubermann spent a lot of the time questioning Zondi's motives for wanting to travel at such a young age to several other branches of the church. Zondi told the court she was an aspiring singer and wanted Omotoso to mentor her so she could join the church choir. For more on the story, we cross to our reporter Jade Lee Paulso, who's been following the court proceedings. Good afternoon, Jade Lee. Advocate Daubermann asking Cheryl Zondi questions like, why didn't you scream? Questions that many would feel are triggering. What was the response in court to his line of questioning?
I think that line of questioning upset a lot of the people inside court, especially those that are supporting the victims and supporting Cheryl Zondi. I mean, questions like, how many centimeters, can you tell us, Zondi, how many centimeters did he penetrate you? Totally out of line. We saw Judge, Mandela Makahula saying that he will not allow that line of questioning during court, and that Defense Advocate Peter Daubermann must redirect his questioning. But we saw Zondi firing back, standing firm, very firm in her stance, saying that she knows that she was violated by Pastor Timothy Omotoso. We also saw the defense trying to poke holes in her testimony, saying why did she not add a charge of rape if she knew that she was penetrated by Pastor Omotoso. And she said that, it was a very traumatic experience for her when she took down her statement in Johannesburg, and that she didn't want to recall what exactly happened on that fateful night, but she knew that when she did come to testify, she'd have to relive all of that. But like I said to you, a lot of, upset people in the gallery when that line of questioning was asked. I just want to rope in one of the gender activists who have been following the Timothy Omotoso trial, through the Port Elizabeth Magistrates Court right up until the trial. I do have with me Pamela Mabini, and she's been at the forefront of this trial. She's also been said to be the whistleblower. Pam, just tell us and take us through what exactly is your role, and how did you come to actually aiding these young girls to speaking out about the abuse at the hands of Pastor Timothy Omotoso?
Okay. I've been supporting these girls since the day they requested me to assist them in terms of exposing the Tim Omotoso. So we've been in this journey since then, and I've been supporting them. I've also supported some of them in terms of a safe place, in terms of showing them that there's life after all these things. When the Timothy Omotoso told them that they won't have life without him, or after whatever that he did to him. So I'm busy with the CRL Commission chairperson, assisting them. Even Cheryl, the first witness, we managed to assist her, moved her from where she was staying to a safe place where she's got securities that are looking after her.
Just looking at the trial, Pam, I know you've been quite, like you said, you're at the forefront helping these young girls. Listening to Cheryl's testimony, what comes to mind? When you spoke to the victims before the media actually found out who they were, is this some of the stories that you got to hear from these victims?
When I sat with them, especially the first time when I was with them, they just told me a brief story about what happened. They didn't give me the full statement. But then, on the second time, when it was myself and the chairperson of the CRL Commission, they elaborated everything. And if you were there on that day, we were all crying, trying to think how heartless Omotoso was he when he was doing all these things in these girls. And you can imagine, he was not alone in this thing. He was being assisted by South Africans. by other people, by other women that were assisting him to do all these dirty things to these young girls. And you can imagine, Cheryl and the other girls were virgins at that time. And believing in this man, believing in him that he's the only one that is close to God. He's the only one who's got access to God. Believing in him that he's a role model. Believing in him that he's a father figure to them. And they trusted this man, and he was the one who ruined their life. So it's been a journey that is heartbreaking. We've been so touched, especially when they were telling us the whole story. That's when I told myself that I have to do something. I have to help these young girls. I can't let anyone, a man from another country, even if he was a South African, I can't let anyone who will come in here and destroy these young girls' future. These are our future leaders, these young girls. We have to protect them. We can't fold our arms and watch other people do dirty things to and killing and destroying these young girls.
Very quickly, Pam, I know that speaking to the Hawks, there's been several intimidation with regards to some of the witnesses as well. Just with regards to you being a whistleblower, has there been any intimidation from some of the congregants or people who do not want you to help or speak out?
For now, I can say they haven't been intimidated me, unless there's a few incidents where when I come to court, they will swear at me, sing about me, that I'm scared. They will take pictures of myself and the other journalists, threatened myself, a journalist as well, that they are reporting nonsense. I'm sorry to use that word. But to myself and the other journalists, it hasn't been an easy journey to do our job, to be here to support the girls. So the last time they threatened me, it was that time when they sent someone to shoot me. So for now, they've been just hallowing.
Thank you very much for your time, Pam. Well, that was Pam Mabini. She's a gender activist, and she's been working very closely with trying to help the victims of Pastor Timothy Omotoso. It is a break now until 2:15 when Cheryl Zondi will take it back to the stand, and the defense advocate Peter Daubermann will continue with his questioning. It's back to you in studio.